Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. Today I'm bringing you kind of a little bit of a throwback. So it's going to be GP Sejuani, right? So GP Sejuani has kind of fallen off of the meta uh, ever since the nerfs to Harpoon and nerfs to Gangplank a little bit ago. But some of the new tools from Freljord that came with the Udyr package add a little bit of different taste to this deck, which I think is going to bring it back, and it's actually going to be able to do very well in the meta because the meta is relying so much on having big boards and things that you can buff, even stuff like Pantheon, stuff like Scouts, stuff like Yodeling Arms, all can get locked down by a Sejuani. That I think this deck is actually able to come back into the meta. He also has a quicker time now to be able to actually get to that win condition of leveling up the Sejuani. So this version of the deck is getting rid of the Nat package completely and instead relying on more of the Freljord tool. So we're no longer playing the Allegiance. So we're no longer playing the 2-drop, and we're also no longer playing the 4-drop, right? And instead we kind of go with, so the new tools that we added here was going to be Touch Speaker. So Touch Speaker is great because it lets you trigger the Sejuani and the GP level up on the opponent's attack turn. We're also now running Morproof Shaman, which is able to give us some draw, and also one Mammoth Shaman to kind of give us an alternate win condition. The rest of the deck is still very similar to how the Plunder deck used to play. But I think now that you're able to add some more of the Freljord tools like Three Sisters and Trollshan and even Ice Shard, it allows you to play a more defensive game that the opponent needs to be careful of, because a lot of people are not playing around Trollshan when going against GP Sejuani, and now you definitely have to, because they could potentially just not be running the 4-drop, so they don't need to actually worry about Allegiance anymore. So what's that 4-drop? I always forget his name. The Jodo Grifter. There we go. The rest of the deck kind of plays the same way as as the GP Sejuani deck of the past used to play. So obviously the whole goal is to try to level up your Sejuani or your Dragway. I do like running 3 Monkey Arrows now, because the Monkey Arrows can also trigger our Shaman, either one of our Shamans. And because we don't run the Jodo Grifter, we also don't get that many warning shots as we used to before. So it's a nice way to kind of turbo level our champions. The rest of that deck, again, is just playing your units out, getting damage early, trying to get the Nexus damage when you can, and then work towards locking them down with either Sejuani or just clear the board with GP. The opponent's going to have a hard time dealing with that. In fact, even the Trollshan now allows us to kind of save GP, because now that he only has 4 health, he can get more targeted by some removal spells. So now the Trollshan is able to kind of save us with those stuff. The deck still struggles against like super hard control decks, so I'm thinking like Darkness, because Darkness is going to have so many Vengeances, so many Minimorphs, so many removals in general, that they can deal with your champions, because you need your champions to win with this deck. And those decks are able to completely remove your champions out of the field. So just be careful against those control decks, but I think this deck does really well in this mid-range meta. It can beat most of the mid-range decks that you're going to see out there. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed these games coming up before. And remember, if you're not subscribed yet, to subscribe to me. It will help me out a lot. I'll see you all at the end of the video. It's going to be Misfortune Scouts. I think we should do pretty well with it, right? If we're able to level up the Sejuani, they will have a pretty hard time getting to us. I'm thinking I want to keep Sejuani in my hand. I think we need to have our champions in our hand. Obviously, we want to get some more early stuff. I think I'm going to keep one Maker Rain. Oh, this is a great draw. This is an amazing draw, because the Jagged Butcher plus the warning shot to trigger him right now means that the opponent shouldn't have any great blockers. This is a bad draw, because this is going to be a little bit too late. The game should be over way before that. This allows me to have a 3 health blocker. They struggle to find 3 attack power aside from the Broadwind. So this is going to survive and already trigger the Sejuani level up twice. We even have another warning shot now. We have Make It Rain. We do need more units now though, right? Yeah, so that's the Broadwind that we just talked about. So that's the only way that he can kill this guy. But even then, we can actually stop it with the Parley. Sorry, with the Make It Rain. I think I'm gonna have to let it die, unfortunately. Why do this? Why do this? Why not take the free 3 attack? It does realize the longer that he stalls, the worse it is for him, right? So Sejuani is already a 3 out of 5. The moment she comes onto the field, he has nothing that he can do. And we can guarantee, like, we're 20 HP now, right? The longer the game goes, the worse it is for him. Now next time we can just do Parley to trigger the Sejuani again. Although I'm thinking maybe we don't do it. Because I probably don't want to lose to... Let's do it. If he has the sharp side of the range is resolved, I prefer he does it right now. Because we also have the Asher now, right? So let's do it. It's a little bit of an... Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So it should be game. As long as we level up Sejuani, it should be game. Yeah, cool. You got Misfortune. We'll kill Misfortune on turn 6, right? The problem is that we don't really have a lot of units. Oh, there we go. We level up Sejuani because of the Tell Speaker. We will take a lot of damage here, unfortunately. So it's going to be 3, 6, 9, 10 damage. We're going to take 10 damage. We could have also used on the Asher instead. Before we did this, that way we have a blocker for Misfortune. Might have been better to do that, but I think we just keep the Eye Shard. Wait, I was gonna say you're not gonna take the Scout attack. I think we just keep the Eye Shard to be able to actually kill the Misfortune to a barrier. Because the only way that he saves Misfortune next turn is gonna be through giving her a barrier, right? As soon as we kill Misfortune, I don't see how we lose this game. Because even if he gets... I guess the Queen level up is annoying, but again, we have the ways to trigger the Sejuani level up, so I don't see how it's gonna matter. We get to draw another unit next turn, finally. This was a little bit of an awkward hand, right? We barely had it here. Yeah, there we go. So that's the barrier that we talked about. So we do this just to guarantee that we can kill Misfortune, because if we don't kill Misfortune, we just lose the game. If he's able to save the Misfortune, let's say with like a double sharp side, then we are in trouble as well. But as long as Misfortune doesn't level up, we're okay. More or less, right? Because we do have the warning shot, right? I guess the problem here will be if he has the rally, right? If he has the rally, we're in trouble. Because if he has the rally, he'll be able to do 4 Demacia plus rally. Yeah, so he can do the 4 Demacia after his attack and then do the rally to get the Scout attack. And he would actually level up the Queen, right? The problem is that he will run out of units here. He needs to attack with everything. Not sure what he's hesitating for. Yeah, just attack with everything here. We'll do the warning shot, we'll trigger everything, unfortunately for us, and this is what the opponent knows. Like, if they have the rally, we still won't die, though. We have enough blockers, right? We do have enough blockers. Let's do the draw first. Let's see if we draw something like Harpoon. Okay, Butcher is pretty good, too. Because the Queen is going to level up on this attack, and you'll be able to put the Sejuani. But the level up, the battle from the Queen is not going to actually get the value from Demacia. So all we need to do is just be able... Ooh, so now he cannot do the 4 Demacia plus the rally, so I think we just win, right? The problem is that we don't have a way to trigger... We don't have a way to trigger the Sejuani at burst speed, right? We just used a warning shot. We don't have Make It Rain. Okay, so he's gonna play the rally here, right? He has to be the rally. Just level up the Queen and try to reduce the Misfortune. Like, it makes no sense to him to do this now if he doesn't have the rally. So I can put him on having rally. We're gonna have to sacrifice all our units. Doesn't have the rally, apparently. So here... Don't want to have to sacrifice Sejuani. I think we just do the Monkey Idol. Because the Monkey Idol is going to freeze his whole board and also give us a blocker. If he has the rally right here, we can always still attack. We could also just do the Dreadway. But then if he does for the Demacia, then the Dreadway becomes really scary. I mean, sorry, then he's able to easily kill the Dreadway. This is tough, right? So I'm still putting him on having the rally because the Queen is going to level up. So because of the Queen level up, this becomes really scary. I guess if we do this, it forces him to have to block everything. If if we do this and he has the rally right now, I like the Dragway. I think the Dragway is the safest play against the rally. The Monkey Idol is nice because the Monkey Idol means that we can trigger the Sejuani freeze next turn. But I think at this point, if he has a rally and has the For Demacia, then we need to be able to just be able to kill him with just Overwhelm more than anything else. Because what we can do is that even if he has the rally, we can just attack with the Sejuani. And if he does this now, I'm completely okay with it. Right? And actually, the fact that he did this now makes you feel even more confident to just do this. So this is going to cause the freeze because the Overwhelm is going to hit twice. And then everything here is going to completely clear his board. So he's not going to have a board, right? As long as he doesn't have a board, we're okay. We will lose to Sejuani, but as long as he doesn't have a board, we're okay. The scariest part of his deck was going to be that For Demacia. Rangers Resolve saves his units, I guess, but he's not going to save all of them. He's still going to lose a lot of units. He needs to block everything, right? Because he needs to block everything because everything here is going to be lethal. Like, he needs to block this too specifically, which means that no matter what, he's sacrificing 2 of his units because everything is dealing double damage.
You're easy to track.
Yeah, you need to block this too, guy. He's trying to greed out. He's trying to greed out all his units, but that's not going to matter. Yeah, there we go. And because the Dragway still stays in the field, these 2 cards can just kill the Queen next turn, right? So I think the Dragway was the safest play against both For Demacia and Rally. What he needed to do, I guess he had to do the For Demacia first to protect against the Overwhelm from the Sejuani, because if he did the Rally first, we just still do the same thing.
That's far enough.
He's gonna sacrifice his Protector as well. Interesting. I like the other way better. I like the other way where he was able to save, where he was able to actually save another unit, because there's no way that he can come back from this now, right? We have 4 blockers. Each of our blockers is doing double damage. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the moment that we were able to... And that's why I prioritize killing his Fortune so much, because the moment that we were able to kill his Fortune, he had no other way to really be able to kill our units or without sacrificing his own board. And him sacrificing his board is just good for us. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against TF Fizz Gens. So this is a TF Fizz deck. But what? I'm confused. I like this whole hand. I think we just win by turbo leveling GP here and just pushing a ton of damage. We even have the parley here, so if he summons something that has 1 health, we can do the parley. Okay, it's not gonna be something that has 1 health. Don't think the butcher is worth it yet. I think we can save the butcher to actually get value later on. I think here we can just do the Tusk Speaker. Or we can just do the butcher right now. Either way, it's the same, right? Whether we do the Tusk Speaker here or we do it later. Because now we have the warning shot to be able to trigger. Sure. Let's just push our attack. Let's make sure that we get rid of the Astute Academic right now. Before he can make that really big. Because the Academic can actually get really big. Because I'm guessing this deck has a lot of draw. Here we have 2 options. Monkey Idol or Jagged Butcher. And I think he just made us do the Monkey Idol. Is that the card that was fleeting? Yeah, that was the card that was fleeting. That's actually so lucky for him, man. Here we can do the Powder Monkey, and then now we have access to Harpoon to be able to kill anything that he summons. So if he summons TF here, we can just Harpoon it. The problem with TF now in this deck is that TF is going to take a lot to level up. And he just spent double push shock on it. He's actually going to go for it. I'm gonna see if he commits. I'm gonna see if he commits at pick a card before we do the Harpoon. Okay. And then we just do this, and now he's gonna lose whatever that card was that he just got. So he discarded stress testing, and he just discarded something else. I didn't see what it was that he discarded, unfortunately. We do the parley here. So trigger the GP condition. And then we just actually summon GP in this scenario. Or we can just summon Sejuani. I kind of like summoning Sejuani instead, actually. Let's get our overwhelm damage through. GP can be used for later. I guess he does get to get the Jins, but he has so many cards in his hand that Jins leveled up is never going to be a threat to me. We're dealing 3 damage here, 3 damage there. He needs to obviously block this. At any time we have Trollshan suit up. I don't think, I mean, that is annoying because he puts the Sejuani at a low health, but I don't think it's going to be a problem, right? Because they never play around the Trollshan. Nobody plays around Trollshan in Plunder because it's a new addition to the deck, right? Because people are still thinking that we're playing the Allegiance card. So, sure. I mean, you get this, and then what? We just level up GP over here. And now we just win next turn anyways. So he did that so that he could kill Sejuani, but by him doing the get it sided the way that he just did, now he can't kill the Sejuani. And then GP is just gonna kill his 4 anyways next turn. Because the GP skill is gonna do 3 damage because we're gonna have two keks. That's why we did the warning shot first, to make sure that we had 2 powder keks for the GP attack next turn. But yeah, he didn't play around Trollshan, so he had to commit his get it sided on the wind up instead of committing on the Sejuani like he planned to. Yeah, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against GP Sejuani Mirror, but he's running TF, so is he running 2 TF here? Why would you ever not run the full package? I think that's a little bit weird from the opponent. I'll keep the Jagged Butcher. I think we'll keep 1 Crusade, we keep 1 Jagged Butcher because Jagged Butcher is a good blocker. Oh, we have 2 of them, okay. If he lets us open attack, we'll have a good value. Oh, please let us open attack. Oh, yes, that's huge. That's game winning right here. Because he should have a lot of ways to deal with... I mean, he does have a lot of units, right? But the double Jagged Butcher are going to be huge. Because they're going to be a lot of damage that he has to worry about. Not Sejuani is a little bit accurate. We can do the Monkey Idol to start turbo leveling like Sejuani and GP. Okay. So he's still going to be taking a lot of damage here. Like, he's taking a lot of damage here. He's already at 11, by the way. No. He didn't even hit the Jagged Butcher, so the Jagged Butcher still stays alive. We have 2 options. We can do the Tough Speaker here. Okay. Sure. I'll let you kill 1 of them. That's 2 make it rains though, right? We can do the Tough Speaker now. It's a nice blocker into the rest of his board. We still have access to make it rain next turn, which allows us to kill the Monkey Idol and prevent the monkey from being summoned next turn. Here we could potentially just kill the GP as well. Which I don't hate. Like, I actually don't hate this. So I don't hate this. Let's just kill this GP. And like we talked about, we can do Make It Rain right now. To potentially hit the Monkey Idol, and we hit it, so that stops him from getting a monkey next turn. So that stops him from getting a monkey next turn, so he has 1 less blocker. We attack with everything again. And he can potentially just straight up die. Don't even care about the powder keg, to be honest. I think we just go for the lethal at this point. It's a lot of damage. He should block. He blocked the wrong way. He needed to block the other one. Not like it matters anyways, right? Because even if he blocks the other one, he's still losing to all the damage. But yeah, there we go. GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Lurk. We do have Sejuani, which, you know, we have Sejuani, which will let us kind of freeze his whole board if Sejuani levels up. I like this hand. Trollshan might be a little bit weird this early on, though. Yes. Warning Shot is great, because now the Jagged Butcher is going to be 3 attacks, so he's not going to have a great blocker for it. I like this. I like this. I like this a lot. I think the Choshan is good for later, but not this early. We even have a Tusk Speaker now to trigger the Sejuani level up next turn. He could have the 1-drop, the hatchling. Okay, I mean, we just push it 3 attack, right? Anytime we can make it rain that guy, he decides to actually take the block. If he takes this block, I'm okay with that too, right? Because that means he just traded. I guess he just takes the block there because he knows that that hatchling is always gonna die to like a make it rain, right? So it doesn't make sense not to take that block. His problem is that if he has another hatchling here, okay, he doesn't. We still just do the Tusk Speaker. We'll let this Jagged Butcher die. We still push the 3 damage with the Tusk Speaker. We could even summon the Corsair first. If he has to actually hit the Lurk here, he does hit it. Lucky for him. It's probably better to just push the 3 damage, right? No reason to summon the Corsair first. Even better now. So now instead of the Corsair, I can just do the Monkey Idol, which will give us a persistent blocker. If he has the Snapjaw, it is annoying because it means that we have to sacrifice our Tusk Speaker. And he does, but he doesn't hit the Lurk. So we actually end up not sacrificing a Tusk Speaker. I mean, you're playing Lurk, man. Sometimes you're gonna miss the Lurk. Like, what did you expect, right? What did you expect? And we can just turbo level Sejuani from here. Or even just level up the GP. We even have the Corsair as well. Next time we can summon the GP and have enough mana for Make It Rain.
Let's get him, crew.
So obviously he just got something nice from this. So he has Rek'Sai. I don't mind doing it this way, because this guy has Overwhelm. So we could just easily, we could also open up with Make It Rain first, by the way. We could open up with Make It Rain first. Allowing us to summon the level of GP. The problem with doing it this way is that now we have a way to trigger the Sejuani and the stack. And that should be game, right? That should be game because of the Overwhelm. I mean, we sacrifice the GP, but we're doing so much damage because of all our other units attacking that he shouldn't be able to survive. We just have to full attack here. Oh, the only way that he wins is if he has the Bone Skewer, right? And if he has the Bone Skewer, he needed to do it there. So we attack with everything here. We do 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus the Overwhelm. He lives at 1, but then the Monkey Idol summons the last piece of damage that we need to win. And now we also have Sejuani, right? Monkey Idol is the last 1 of damage, or even Corsair if we need to. And we have Sejuani to stop the Rek'Sai right here. Yeah, I was gonna GG, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Lurk, right? They do struggle against decks that can keep a heavy board and have a lot of blockers. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Gnar Poppy. So this is telling me like it's Bandle Tree. This is telling me Bandle Tree. Kind of like the Harpoon. But I think maybe it's a little bit too greedy. I think we just have to try to see if we can get the... we need to get the GP. I think the way that we win this game is through GP. I think Sejuani is okay, so I'll keep her. But GP is the key for this game. Because GP just clears his whole board. We can also go super aggro here, which is not bad. The Fortune Croaker is kind of sucks, so it can always flock this, right? Yeah, so he'll be able to block this to prevent the trigger next time. So he can Flocky, Pokey Stick, or Group Shot this card. So because of that, I think we're just going to attack with the Corsair. And just get our trigger right now. And then just do our Monkey Idol. So I think I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this attack. Just because we know the Corsair is just going to die anyways. It's annoying that he gets the Mayor. We can summon the Monkey Idol and start turbo leveling stuff. The Shamans are going to be good draws because we'll be able to trigger them due to the Monkey. right? So the Shaman automatically gets triggered because of the monkey. We could also just kill the Mayor here because of the Make It Rain. Okay, I mean, if he does that, I'm okay with that. We have a blocker here with the Monkey Idol. We have to be careful about Flock though, so we probably should not block with the Wolf Shaman. Opponent was smart because he stops us from triggering the Shaman right away. Let's go ahead and attack with a Monkey Idol so that we make sure that the second Shaman is actually triggered. On the stack, I mean. And Sejuani is going to be leveled up. And now we just need to hope that one of these guys is able to draw us into the GP. GP is the way that we win this, although he does have mini morph, so we have to be careful about that. Double Mayor is annoying. Double Mayor is really annoying. No. Oh, okay. At least we get the Dreadway, so we will get the GP at some point. Just not now. I think we just do the Fortune Croaker here.
Time to reveal our superior battle tactics.
We have two options. So obviously, this is allowing all his units to have a lot of attack. If we do Sejuani right now, then we're losing some value from Sejuani later on. But it means that if he attacks with this guy, I think I'm okay with this. So this way he doesn't attack with this guy, right? Because if he attacks with this guy, I guess he could still attack with him twice. But he's just going to lose the value from the Yodo Ranger. Yeah, there we go. Sejuani levels up, allowing us to have a pretty good attack next turn. I wish we had Mr. GP. Let's see if we can draw into him. It's not a GP, but a second Sejuani is pretty good too. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna do Tough Speaker. Alright. That's a little bit annoying, but we still get a lot. We still get the value from the Sejuani, and we still attack with everything. He's not gonna have good blockers. He's gonna actually mini morph for now. After the fact, okay, he's gonna Poke Stick. That is annoying because the Sejuani is obviously stunned. He got that from the Bomber Twin, so I never played around him getting the Minefield. The good thing here is that he doesn't have great blockers now. And we just attack with everything. If he tries to block with the Gnar, we have the Parley. Or we could make it rain as well. But obviously the Parley is going to be probably better. Yeah, Parley's probably better here, right? I guess we could make it rain. No, Parley has to be better. Parley means that he does get the Poke Stick out of this guy. And he's gonna level up the GP, the Gnar, if we don't kill it right now. He's gonna try to flock this guy, I guess. We killed the Gnar. We can do the Dreadway next turn and have access to, like, make it rain, right? I kind of like keeping my board, to be honest. I kind of like keeping my board. I think it's actually better for me to keep my board than anything else. We'll do the Dreadway next turn, allowing us to summon GP the turn after that. He's in a timer now, right? He's actually in a big timer. This does tap us out of almost anything that we might have. So we'll do this. And then that's GG because we can summon... So he knows we can summon the GP next turn and be able to completely clear his board and win with the Overwhelm. Because he's not going to have enough mini-morphs to be able to deal with Sejuani, Dreadway, and GP all in the board at the same time. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against... Who? Lulu Ahri. So this is interesting because they can go super fast. But if we can level up Sejuani, which we have on the field right now, it could be in a lot of trouble. Keeping GP might be a little bit greedy. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it because I think we can also potentially just win with the GP to clear his board. And we have the Monkey Idol to, like, turbo level our champions. And then we have the Tough Speaker to... Okay, yeah, so we have, like, a turbo level hand, right? Because here we get the proc on 1, we get the proc on 2, we'll get the proc on 3, and then we'll get the proc on 4 and 5. So our champion is going to be leveled by the time he drops down on turn 5. This is actually the nuts. Like, this is actually the nuts right here. We even have a blocker for the baboon here. Like, I'm willing to sacrifice a Tusk Speaker. There's no reason not to. And he's not even going to attack with it. So here what we're actually going to do is that we're just going to attack with everything. Even the Corsair. Because at this point, I'm just going to try to race him down. Like, at this point, I just want to race him down. It's going to just miss. Wait, what? But you're going to do this, but not actually... Okay. We'll keep the... We'll just do the Monkey Idol and continue with the game plan that we just talked about. Opponent is obviously get smarter than us. Like, I think if I'm the opponent, I always take that trade with the Corsair, especially when I'm giving it to him for free. We'll just do the Fortune Croaker on the Corsair here, because obviously he's gonna be able to kill one of these guys no matter what. It does mean that he'll be able to stop the GP level up, because he can just kill the Monkey Idol right here. He decides not to kill the Monkey Idol, which again, I think is another mistake for the opponent. Here, I think at this point, I just block everything, right? I think at this point, based on my hand, I can just race him down. We have another Jagged Butcher here. And we can just summon GP. I guess the GP, though, is not leveled up right now, so... we could just play for the Harpoon instead, which I think is fine too. I think we just attack everything here. Play for the Harpoon to kill the Lulu. Save the GP for when he's actually leveled up. If he gives us the Lulu like this, I'm okay with that as well. I think it's fine to do this. I think I want to be able to keep... I think I want to be able to keep the Jagged Butcher alive. I think I need him as a blocker. We still have a blocker here with the Monkey Idol that's going to get summoned. And we can still Harpoon the Lulu. He already used a Twin Disciple, so he needs to summon another Twin to be able to save the Lulu, right? He discards the Hatchling. Oh, okay, he's just digging hard. So now we just kill the Lulu here. We have blockers for the Sun Dredger, and we have a blocker for whatever else he might summon. Because the Lulu is providing him a lot of value, right? So here we have two options. We can do Sejuani, but I think it's actually just better to do the GP. Assuming that he attacks, right? Because we don't have to do anything. Oh, okay, we can just do Sejuani now. Never mind. So we can just do Sejuani here. And then do... because actually we also have the Monkey Idol, right? So the moment the Monkey Idol triggers, it's going to trigger the Sejuani skill. So he's locked down here now. He's like fully locked out, because the moment that the Powder Monkey triggers first, he's gonna freeze his whole board. So he actually needs to draw he actually needs to pull the Powder Monkey last. He decides to do it this way instead, so we just do this. And then we summon GP next and we win the game. Sejuani GP. And we even have a Troll Shan. Because he's gonna die to the Overwhelm. He's gonna die to the Overwhelm, his whole board gets frozen. We already know that he discarded, for some reason, he discarded his win for Hatchling. To summon to summon the Poros. Okay, I guess the stun is not bad. Stun is not bad. I'd rather not commit the warning shot right now, so I think I'm just gonna pass. I think we just commit the warning shot next turn. To kill his whole board. Because as long as we have warning shot, it's fine, right? As long as we have warning shot, we're not in any threat of dying. We even have the Troll Shan, if anything. We just have to make sure that we block stuff with Ahri. Yeah, this is GG already. He knows that he's locked down, right? Because his deck relies on kind of pushing a lot of damage, and we just locked him down there with Sejuani, and then able to clear his whole board next turn with the GP. We even do 3 damage there to the nets because of the double keg. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Gnar Fizz. So this is like a Freljord deck that is just trying to buff up the elusives and play that way. But usually I've seen them play it with the with the other dude, with the Bandle, because he's able to get. So I'm thinking I need to hard mulligan for Sejuani, but this hand is looking really good for us too. Like, the Parley can be very good against most of their units. Maybe I'm greedy though. Maybe this is greedy. Maybe I need Sejuani. I think I just need to hard mulligan for Sejuani. We'll keep the Monkey Idol, because the Monkey Idol is a great way to turbo level our champions. Oh wow, this hand is really awkward now, right? Yeah, so the Parley could have been really good against like Hawk. Because this deck is gonna play for like Overwhelm, but also like Plunder, right? So here he could have, yeah, there you go, the share spoils. So the whole point of his deck is to buff his elusives, like especially Fizz, and become really, really big, right? I think we'll just take this open attack, do the Monkey Idol, have blockers. We also have Harpoon now. Hopefully we can just Sejuani from the Shaman, from the Wolf Shaman. Otherwise we're in trouble, right? We can deal with a lot of elusives, but not with Fizz. Gnar. I think we have to. If he has like Troll Shed, I think we just do it. If he has like Troll Shed, I think we just do it. Anyways. Warning Shot? Spoils of War? So now his guy's gonna have like... Wow, so that's interesting. That's interesting. So he gets the Overwhelm. Gets the Overwhelm. Gets to push that value through. We have Sejuani though. We finally got a Sejuani. So like I said, as long as we have Sejuani, this should be a pretty good game for us, right? Like, how does he beat the Sejuani? So I'm thinking I want to be able to keep Aishar value, although he's going to be able to do a lot of damage here, right? No matter what, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. Sejuani's not leveled up yet, so I think it's just going to be the Moku Shaman. See if we can draw something. Yeah, he's going to go all in. So his whole win condition is going to be going all in for the Gnar. So here he's going to be doing 11 damage. Still needs to find the last piece of damage, because the moment that we summon Sejuani, he's going to lose. And he got greedy. He got so greedy there. So now he's locked out, right? Now his Gnar doesn't do anything. And now we have Sejuani that's going to be leveled up. He needs to kill this guy. He does have the elusive, so he's still going to push 4 damage of elusive here. Okay. So he pushes 4 damage of elusive. But again, we have leveled up Sejuani. We can do the Crack Chuck Reserve right here, so that we can trigger the Sejuani on the stack. So this will level up Sejuani. This will level up the Sejuani. We can also do the Monkey Idol. I think we keep the Aisha, because the Aisha can counter any buff that he might have on the stack. So I like doing this. I like doing this. He can obviously just block with the Gnar here. Gets his Pokestick value. But now Sejuani is leveled up. And we probably should have just done, by the way, we should probably just done the Fortune Croaker on this before he died. But I don't think it's going to matter. Like, I don't think it's going to matter. Because he has no way to kill our Sejuani, right? Can do the second Morphle Shaman, and we do this. And then we just have to do the Ashar on the stack next turn. So this is gonna stop him from being able to beat us with any buff, right? So even if he has a Tryndamere spell, oh, he's just gonna do the 3 Sisters right now. Alright, never mind. So we just do Aisha right now and call it a day. And we still have access to Harpoon. We still have access to the harpoon if he has anything else in his hand. We also have a second Sejuani. I think we just leave the harpoon open so that we can harpoon anything that he buffs. Fizz is really annoying because obviously we cannot harpoon the Fizz. So I think we just go ahead and commit the second Sejuani here. With 4 mana, I don't think it's gonna have a big enough buff to actually kill us. Yeah, okay, cool. You do 3 damage, but again, you're gonna be locked out with two Sejuanis on the field. Here we can just do the Dreadway and force him to have to actually block. You have the Dreadway. The only problem is that we don't have a way to trigger the Sejuani next turn, right? So all we can do is just summon the Dreadway to thin our deck out a little bit. And go like this. Yeah, he's gonna have to draw a lot because this is gonna be doing a lot of damage here. He could have a second. He could easily have a second 3 Sisters, right? So we do need to be careful about that. Okay. Whew. That was close. A second 3 Sisters into another Intune does put us in a tough spot. Because we don't have a way to trigger. Again, because we don't have a way to trigger the Sejuani next turn. Unless we top deck like a warning shot or something. But yeah, GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoy those games. You can kind of see it. Some of these games with this deck can go really quick because you can kind of play like an aggro deck that then plays to like the lockdown win condition with Sejuani GP. So you can get a lot of value from this. I had a pretty good climb with this deck, obviously with my Smurf here all the way to Plat 3. So I think it's a good deck to climb with right now because it can counter a lot of the meta. In terms of mulligan, sometimes I get greedy and do keep GP Sejuani because again, this deck relies so much on your champions that sometimes it's worth to keep Sejuani if you know that you're gonna need her to lock down the opponent. Aside from that, you want to be able to probably keep your Corsairs early on if you can. I like keeping the top speaker because it's a great value, especially if you're attacking on 1. Keeping the top speaker so you can do this on turn 2 can be amazing. Monkey Arrow is not bad if you know that the opponent has not a great way to remove him and it gives you the blockers that you need. And then if you know that the opponent plays a lot of one health units, you can also keep the Power Leaks to punish them if they do like a Fleet for the Tracker on turn 1 or something like that. But aside from that, the rest of the mulligan can be really anything. Really, the only things I probably wouldn't keep in the mulligan are the Shamans, the Harpoons, the Dreadways, maybe the Asha I wouldn't keep it too early. Even the Troll Shan I probably wouldn't keep it depending on the matchup, or 3 Sisters, but everything else you can pretty much just keep. So yeah, hope you enjoyed those games, and again, remember to subscribe below to help us out a lot. I also stream on Twitch about 3 to 4 times a week, where you can find us at Twitch Sirturmund, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter, where you can find the descriptions for those below. I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you all tomorrow.